And hello,
Hey, hey, hey.
how's everyone doing?
I just completely changed up my character just now. You didn't
Um,
realize what I said, did you?
yeah, you say hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Is Fat Albert?
That's not Fat Albert.
Oh, then what is it?
That's the guy from, what's happening?
What's
Dwayne,
that?
Dwayne. He used to be like,
He
hey, hey,
said
hey.
that.
Fat Albert said, hey, hey, hey. See,
Uh,
it's
oh,
different.
oh,
It's
it's a
different.
different tone.
It's a different tone. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that. I just thought it was Fat Albert.
No.
That's what goes through my mind when I hear you say that.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are waiting for a few people to come in, and
Hey,
then we're
everyone.
gonna talk about our guest for tonight.
Yeah. We had a very
Busy weekend.
busy weekend.
Hmm.
It wasn't long, but we hadn't traveled in
A year.
a year.
Uh
Yeah, so
huh.
even though it was just one day
Hmm.
and it was right up by Binghamton, we went to Vestal, New York. Hey,
Right.
Daryl. We went up to Vestal. Vestal, I think that was your stomping ground, Daryl. Weren't you coaching up in that area?
No, he was a little further up, but yeah,
In the views in the vicinity.
yeah.
Yeah. It's Monday, but I
You
still don't know what
usually
day it is.
this meet kill me because it used to be like we go Friday,
Mhm.
then you go Saturday,
Mhm.
then you go Sunday,
Yeah.
and this time we only had three levels, no, four
We had
levels
four
competing.
levels.
Four levels competing, so it was a little easier, and I wasn't as dead tired as I usually am when we
Dead
go to this
tired.
meet. Um, today and things have changed. With restriction and
Oh
things like
yeah.
that, COVID, and
Mhm.
so we didn't get the medals over there. So we got to do the medal ceremonies. I can't even speak ceremonies at the gym today.
Yes, I saw
Which
the
would
video.
oh, you saw the
I
video?
thought it
That's
was
right.
adorable. Thought it was
I was
adorable.
gonna put the video in here, but I was running late.
Yeah.
One of the parents came a little late to pick up.
Story of our lives.
Yes.
Running late.
So let's see who's here. And everybody say hello.
Hey Daryl. Hey
Vince.
Vince.
Now Vince was in one of my favorite movies.
Tell me, what movie was it? Tell us.
I think it's analyzed. It was the movie Analyze This.
Oh, that's a cult classic.
We have it over there.
Yeah, yeah.
I may watch it tonight.
Hey Louise.
And I gotta remind Vince that he's gonna be one of our guests. And Vince, check your inbox because I send you
live.
the
You heard it
invite.
live.
Yes. And Luis is with us,
Mhm.
another martial artist.
Yes. I'm probably the only martial artist, the only non-martial artist that you know.
Well, that's not true because you work out with me. Speaking of workout, our guest tonight.
Yes, speaking of workouts.
Yeah. Well, you got to work with him, and I got to know him, too, when he was training a few friend of mine. He does all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
but you got to know him because you're recording with him. We're going to talk about that. We are happy to bring him in this venue because last time we brought him up, it was weird. It was just
Well, yeah,
we
yeah.
couldn't get him on.
It was very it was a bit of a challenge. So I'm glad we can circle back and bring him back on. And we're trying to do that with guests now. We played Harvey Morris's new single that came out.
Right.
We played that. We posted it on Tweed Talk. So you guys make sure you check that out.
Yeah, we're doing a musical guest at the end now.
Yeah, so we're trying to circle back around. And you guys can get to know Andre a little bit more. He's been doing workouts online. And actually, I worked out with Andre, too. I was taking his
Yeah, you told me that.
TRX band class, maybe?
Well, when he comes
And
in, we can talk about that.
It was amazing. It was
Okay.
Yeah. I was dead tired after the class, as you would say.
Dead tired?
Yeah.
What does that mean, dead tired?
You said it. I'm just repeating it.
Because there's a lot of things that you American use that I don't get, because I do it literally.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny Yoon used to say you could have your shoes under my bed anytime.
You didn't know what it meant.
And so he said he went home, got all his shoes.
Yeah. Dead tired just means you're extremely tired.
Oh, okay.
So let's bring Andre in.
Let's bring him in.
And let's chat with
It's
him.
gonna be so easy now, Andre. Hey, Andre.
Wow. Is that all it took?
That's all it takes.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Imagine if we did that last time. Well, we had to change last time because some people are having trouble getting on, and this makes it so easy.
So easy.
You just send the link and click. There you are.
Andre, you look like you're in a spa.
Oh no, this is just a little area that I work out in usually. Actually, I hold the classes right in this little spot.
Cool.
It's my finished basement because we don't need much space, And wow, that's the first person that said it looks like a spa. I don't think it looks like a spa. It's just a makeshift space.
Okay, it sort of looks like how they have like the partitions that separated, and your shelf looks like you have essential oils and stuff on it.
No, it smells like a basement. But
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're so happy to have you back on, Andre.
I'm so happy to be here.
Audio.
Good audio. Now we could see you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's so much about you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know if we could cover it all in one show.
Mm-hmm. Or two shows, because
two shows. The first show, we're gonna. It happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happened.
Well. I'm glad you think that I'm so multidimensional, but really there's only two dimensions, and it's I think pretty much what we're going to talk about tonight. I think. Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about your fitness. And how did you get started in fitness?
Okay. Well, I pretty much have been doing it my whole life, but back in the 1990s, I was still living in Manhattan, in New York City. Mm-hmm. Actually, I should go way back before that, way back. When I was probably in my late teens and 20s, I was exercising. I had an exercise partner, and he was just more gifted than me in running and a lot of different fitness activities. And I would try to keep up with him, and my body would constantly break down. I would go running with him, and the next day I'd have to go to work in the city, and walking down the stairs, I could hardly walk down the stairs. My knees would be shot just from running 5 miles trying to keep up with him. And I was thinking, wow, I'm like 20 years old or whatever at this point. This is pretty bad. What am I going to be like when I'm 60, right? Mm-hmm. And many years passed by. I got into running. I was an avid runner. I was a marathoner, and I did the New York City Marathon. Wow. And boy, that was one of the hardest things for me, just the jarring on the joints. I felt like I did that, and it was a wonderful experience. But I felt like, wow, that's not for me either. If my joints are feeling it like this, and at the time I was maybe 30 years old, I don't know, something like that, I felt that there's an issue here with impact training, at least on my body. And if I'm having an issue with it, other people probably are having issues with it. And I have this one very, very clear memory of being on Central Park South, and there's an entrance to the park there. And there's this woman that I lived around the park. And there's this woman that I'd seen running around the park very frequently, that I saw entering the park from that point. And she had a knee brace on, and she was jogging and hobbling at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I thought, man, there is some misconception, I think, of what fitness should be. Mm-hmm. And, because of my experience with my body and seeing her and other people hobbling around, pushing themselves beyond what their limitations were because they thought that that's what they should do, I decided right then and there, that's what I wanted to do with my life.
I think that is so amazing what you said, Andre, about knowing the limitations on your own body. And even within the same family, we don't work out the same way.
Right.
Right.
So I think it's very important what you said, is to know the limitations on your own body.
And then I believe that once you find out where the limit is, that you should go a little bit further. That's the way you grow.
Yeah, well, it's an art form to figure that out, and so I designed these programs so that they were very friendly to the joints. That was the very first thing that I thought of as I was designing programs. How can I make it so it's low, non-impact as much as possible, so that people as they come into the class, and yet we make the classes. So I developed the program so that you can take it to a point where it's high intensity. So you're very cardio, you're building muscle, but it's the least amount of impact on the joints. So that's what it evolved into, is this it could be high intensity and yet not jarring on the joints. And that's the philosophy that I try to put forth in all the classes. But it's a big challenge because people come into the group classes, they're all online now. And, you see these other people and you just want to push yourself, That's kind of the good part of group fitness, is you kind of do want to push yourself. So I'm there to pull the reins back, actually. I'm there to say, oh, you need to slow down, or you need to modify that move. Because I can tell when people are starting to compensate. And once they start compensating, their body's slightly out of balance. At that point, I could tell they need something else, and they're not going to give it to themselves. They're just going to keep pushing, So that's the basic philosophy of what I do right now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. People got to be very, very, very careful, because you will see a kid coming into gymnastics, and it's the first day, and then they look at the other kids and say, "Well, I want to do that."
Yeah.
And they want to do it that day.
Right.
And they don't understand that if you go gradually, little by little, you get there faster.
Right.
Without touching your head.
Now, can you imagine a 55-year-old kid that comes into one of my classes? Because we're all kids. We all have the same experience, except now, you got to teach an old dog a new trick, which is be gentle. Yeah. So, yeah. You're on the front end of things. I'm on the later end of things. Generally, the people that do my classes, they're anywhere from like mid-30s. I get some younger people too, but mid-30s to 80. That's the age range, typically.
Well, you probably don't know, but I have some students that are 95.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because I also teach Tai Chi or Qigong. So some of my students are 95. I think one of my youngest students there is 89 years old.
Youngest.
Wow. That's wonderful.
She's one of the young. But they keep me inspired, because when they started working out sitting down. So they would do the Qigong like this. Yeah. And that's when they started. So that was like 10 years younger. Now that they're 90, they're standing up and doing the whole thing, So
that is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. They inspired me, because I say, if they kept going, I got to keep going.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm showing a comment from Daryl. It looks like a spot of me too. See, I'm not the only one.
Well, if you were here in real life, you'd see it's not quite a spot. What did I say? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We get little comments there. That's really cool.
Yeah. And I love that. So Louise was just saying that she loved that, about how you were explaining, to make sure you listen to your body.
That's right.
So tell our viewers how they can get into one of your classes, because you said everything is online now, right? And
everything,
good, because people can take it from wherever they are. Yeah,
it's actually been online. A lot of people don't know this because I'm not a great marketer, I guess. But I've been doing it since 2012 online. And had a lot of different programs. A lot of people did go through the programs, but mainly they were the people that I was seeing in person as well, traveling around the county. But it was only since the pandemic that I took it online full time.
Right.
And the best way to just get a lot of information is to go to my website, which is workoutwizard.net. Workoutwizard.net.
Yeah, we're gonna. My wife usually put that on the link. So
yes, cool. I'm definitely gonna do that once the video is posted. This video will, when all is said and done, it'll be available for you to share. You can put it on your website, and we'll put it on our page and YouTube. So we'll give you a YouTube link.
Oh, great!
Just so people know how to find you.
Perfect.
So you want to segue to some music?
Oh, yeah. So, how did you get started in music also?
Well, music, I can give you the long story. Well, my grandfather was a singer.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I think he definitely he inspired me at a very young age. He was an opera singer, though. He was a very trained, went to conservatory and all of that. And so I saw him singing around the house and vocalizing. And so that definitely had an influence on me. And then, of course, in my teen years, and I started learning guitar, and I had to form bands and just do that whole thing, with being in bands. And that went on pretty much throughout my 20s, till I got married, and I realized, maybe I should do something different at this point. Although never give up on your dream, I guess it just wasn't enough of a dream for me at that point. But for those of you that are doing it, don't give up on your dream.
Right.
It's a really individual path. But it wasn't my path to do that. However, I kept doing it on the side of fitness and the health work that I was doing all throughout the years since the 90s up until now. So just doing recordings, making videos. And then my wife and I, we formed a band called Janturan. And at the beginning of the pandemic, we couldn't play out live anymore. We were playing out. We were doing East Coast tours, a little on the weekends. But after the pandemic started, we decided to recruit musicians from anywhere to put together what we called cam jams, where we got together and people sang, people played different instruments, and it's all up on YouTube right now. You'll probably give a link to that, of course.
Yep, I will definitely give the link.
And
not only that, but we're going to play it because now it's going to be better than the first time.
Listen, Andre, we've upgraded.
Yeah, we upgraded. So
this is amazing.
So
this is like real TV here.
Yes.
So Andre, how did you manage to get the word out to the musicians all around that you wanted them to participate in Cam Jam?
Well, I think initially it was just our friends, our local circle of musicians, because we like I said, we were playing around, we were playing local clubs all throughout the area. So we had a nice clique of people that we could just say, hey, can you come on this Cam Jam with us? And then we started to expand, and we found some people in England. We got a violinist in England to come on, and the song that you sang on, I just gave it away, didn't I?
That's okay.
We did that with a producer over in England, in Bristol, England. So we just, we networked on Facebook, and whoever we knew in the past, we brought them in because we were all in this together. The pandemic was happening globally. So everybody was shut down, locked down, and just ready to play music. So it was really easy to put it together.
Really easy? Huh.
Well, no, because of that, because everybody was in lockdown. So
right. Time-wise, of course.
They were looking at, for something to do. So it was perfect.
Exactly.
I mean, we even did one with Brian May from Queen.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little different, but so we and we did one with the producer of the Ramones. He made himself available too. That was great, and of course, you guys.
And for those people that are hiding on the rack, who is Brian May?
Brian May happens to be the guitarist for Queen. Yeah,
I knew that, but just in case.
In case someone,
just in case somebody didn't know.
And he was doing the same thing. So he was putting videos out on YouTube for anybody to Cam Jam too. So that's what we ended up doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell the viewers about Cam Jam 8. All Men Are Brothers.
All Men Are Brothers. That's a song. Actually, my wife wrote the lyrics.
Okay.
To the music of the producer Robert Kiss, who is in England, and it's a whole album we were working on for a group called Sun Skull, which is still being worked on, so we recorded the basic tracks. It must have been like 4 years ago, and it just seemed appropriate at the time to unify humanity. There just seemed to be something in the air that really needed to bring us together. And the title, I remembered the song. It was sitting in the can for 4 years, and I remember we had the song "All Men Are Brothers." So I took a look at the lyrics and thought, I thought this would work. Let's bring this out right now, because we never released it. I think not in that way. No, actually, we did release an original version, but we won't talk about that because we won't. So yeah, and that's basically it. So the lyrics are by Ramona, and the music is by Robert Kiss, and then the rest of us, we just contributed our voices, and mainly the voices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and play it right now.
We're going to play that for everyone who didn't hear it the first time around. It is a phenomenal song.
Well, you couldn't see it well the way we did it last time, but this time you're gonna love it.
Yes. Okay. All men are brothers.
All alone, I face the enemy. I know there's gonna be a cost. And far away we hear a melody familiar. And for a moment we are lost. Something up ahead's going down. Here it comes, so bring it on. Freedom's a word I heard so many lives ago. Now I know there's a chance to lay down arms. 'Cause if it's not me, then it's you. All I wanna do is be the best that I can be. So damn free in a world like no other. We're all men, our brothers. Freedom's a word that's been abused and overused. It's the truth. Never know until you've been there. When you win, sometimes you lose. All I wanna do is be the best that I can be. Don't you see? I've been blinded to the colors. I know for sure all men are brothers.
Tragedy, how my ethnicity could be the core reason why half the world is really mad at me. And I know that it don't have to be if you respect one another. When I sit back, relax, and understand all men are my brothers. We don't need to fight, keep living your life and try to find what the true meaning of the word free is, because I've
been in this long punishment, got the hot sun against my back, no running from it. Turmoil on the city streets, spray the pizza down with bleach. I can't reach you anymore, it ain't safe for us to meet. What from germs, what from pickets? What we've learned is we still up in the thick of it, and all I hear is crickets from the politicians.
Freedom's a word I heard so many lives ago. Don't you know there's a chance to lay down arms? 'Cause if it's not me, then it's you. All I wanna do is be the best that I can be. So damn free in a world like no other. We're all men or brothers. Freedom's a word I heard so many lives ago. All men are brothers. Don't you know? Don't you know? Ooh, yeah. All I wanna do is be the best that I can be. So damn free, free, free.
Hey,
That
We're back.
that
Yeah,
was
so that's kind of what we were doing sort of in the beginning of the pandemic. And of course that's in memory of George Floyd back
Mhm.
then. That's right about when that happened. Yeah.
Oh,
Right
man.
a week later, yeah.
wow.
Well, you know, Charles Bricker, he's saying the same thing that I was thinking. The message
like,
there?
yeah, like a modern We Are the World. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It has that vibe about it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
Now the last scene there, where all the people are sitting around in a
in
circle,
the circle.
was that your basement?
What?
Oh, in the circle?
Yes.
I can't reveal the location of where those kids were. You know, it's
Well, that
very private.
I just like to make my wife laugh, and she almost ruined the computer just now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. No, I didn't remember we had all those people on at the end. I totally forgot about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was a little bit more work to get all those people to sing along. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Andre, tell us what, as far musically, you have coming up.
Well, this is the thing. You know, we were doing the cam jams. I think we went well into even the summer. So at that point, and I'd been doing the online training work all along, but I wasn't thinking about it really seriously. I was just like, I'm doing the online work, and when the pandemic is over, we'll just go back to the real world and everything's good. But at that point, it was probably June or July. I don't even know what the month was at that point, because everything seems to like blend.
Yeah.
I decided, oh, you know what? I better start taking this seriously, because this thing might go on for a while, and still we're wearing masks today still, so it's going on. Who knows how much longer it's going to be going on for? So I started focusing a little bit more heavily on doing the online fitness training work, which it's just starting to boom at this point. So I'm very happy about that. But that's where all my energy went. So the music kind of has just been put on the shelf temporarily. And that's the way it's always been throughout my life. You know, I would go on, I would do music for a couple of years and then take a little hiatus. We put out like 3 or 4 records. 3 records as Janturan, which is the band with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on tour right when the pandemic hit, you know?
Wow.
So it was, you know, a huge part of my life. But with not being able to play out live,
Yeah.
that really put a kink into my plans with the music. So it's just temporarily shelved until we can really get out there and play live again, which is really what I love to do. I love playing live. You know, it was great doing the cam jams too, but it's the live thing that I really want to get back to, and that's a little bit ways off. You know, for us.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we miss live music.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the most beautiful things about living in this area, the Hudson Valley, Sullivan County, you know, all the towns in the Hudson Valley.
Right.
Because when the weather is great from like April all the way to like November, you know, there's all these weekend live music bands.
Live music,
And it's
yeah. You
know, so we really miss that, you know.
Yeah, we were playing like every weekend just about, and you know, it's great. I mean, you don't do it for the money, you just do it for the pizza sometimes. You know, it's just, you know, there's lots of people around, and it's a really good way to meet people. It's really wonderful. But I just remembered there actually, all right, so what am I doing musically? Well, I am doing little snippets. If anybody were to go to my Instagram or TikTok, I've got, you know, TikTok as well as Facebook.
Oh, you're on TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. I love TikTok actually, because it's like these short snippets and it's entertaining, and so I do put up little songs that are inspirational. I write songs that are meant to be motivational songs toward fitness. They're like fitness sons.
Oh, right. We did. I didn't see it on TikTok,
Yeah.
but I did see your Facebook story.
Okay, it's probably up there too. Yeah. So if anybody were to, I think it's workoutwizard.net on Instagram. It's probably just Workout Wizard on TikTok. But yeah, on Facebook, it's just my name, Andre Turan. And if you scroll down, you'll see some music there too, all like fitness related. That's actually one of my dreams. Yeah, just doing a whole album of songs. You know how there's spirituals, there's gospel music, there's all sorts of inspirational music, but this will be more fitness and community oriented in a different way. And that's what those little snippets that you'll see, that's what they are. So
awesome. Okay, are you posting something else? Oh,
No.
you're
Oh,
that's
funny. That's funny.
Okay. All right, we went through all the comments, right? Yeah. Okay,
I
we
think so.
just wanted to make sure we didn't leave anybody out. There's some great comments, That's one of the things that we love about our viewers is when we have someone on, they always comment or ask questions or whatever. So we don't want to forget them.
Yeah. You guys make us feel at home. It's nice.
That's the whole point. It's very laid back here on Tweed Talks.
I want people to be laid back and to be able to talk about the stuff they're doing, because some people don't know. And you know some people, I know some people. We introduce you to the people that we know. And before you know it,
we all know people.
Yeah.
we're so big.
And what days do you have your show, your live stream?
It's every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday at 8 p.m.
We used to when the pandemic hit, we used to do it like 4 times.
We did it 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
And then and 3 times a week we did fitness videos for the gymnastics page to keep the kids moving.
So
that was when we didn't have a job.
Yeah. All right, because every Wednesday I do a live stream called Finding Everlasting Fitness, and that's on Facebook. That's right on my page. Finding Everlasting Fitness. It's always a different topic. I show different techniques that I use in the classes, just different basic philosophies that we apply in the classes. That's generally what I talk about. And so it's always a slightly different subject. And sometimes I actually do a workout, a sample workout too. This StreamYard that you're using here would be awesome. Doing it. But you would be a very good guest on that show, Pedro.
Who, me?
Yeah. Because you can do this. You hold the world record in the push-up, the planche push-up, which is an extraordinary thing. I think it's extraordinary. It would be interesting to just to hear your perspective on that in a live stream.
Yeah, what's funny, when you just mentioned that, I started feeling the pain. I did that too. Well, I talk about it on your show, but it was really to inspire people.
Yeah.
Andre, you have that on Wednesdays at what time?
It's Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, Finding Everlasting Fitness, and it's right on my Facebook page.
Didn't you do a record also?
I have a few world records. The one in the Guinness book was the back of the hands with weights on my back, 40 pounds on my back, and somebody Daryl's saying Toby Mac. I don't even know who Toby Mac is. I'm sorry. Basically, I just try to eke out whatever notes I can. So I'm just accidentally a rock gospel singer, I guess. I don't know. But
spot on, I would say.
But I hold the current world record in most squats in 24 hours as well. That's the one I think I'm most proud of, actually.
Okay,
and that's 7 different. Yeah.
Squat is a functional exercise.
It's a very functional exercise.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that you use that all the time. When you're sitting down, you're getting up, you're getting in the car, you get up, going to the toilet.
Yeah.
That's a squat.
There's so many reasons to squat besides the fact that it's functional. You're able to tap into certain muscle fibers that in a way that you can't with any other movement. There are 7 different muscle fibers actually. They're the two main ones that we know of. There's the fast twitch and slow twitch, and those are the two main categories. But within that, they have different layers, sort of hybrid fibers. And there's a type of muscle fiber called 2B, which is a hybrid between aerobic and anaerobic. Squat is the only move without impact that you can actually tap into this. And when you do, you produce growth hormone, tons of growth hormone, but in a way where you're cardio, you're aerobic at the same time. So it's almost like it's that very sweet spot of movement that the human body could do to generate amazing benefits. And it's just exponential what can happen. If you get squat as part of your routine and mix it in with anything, as long as you get good at the squat and it's safe for you, there's a certain form that you have to take. And it's not a knee bend. Squatting is not knee bends. There's a difference. Right. So if you have that safe squat form, anything you mix that with is just going to exponentially blossom in terms of your fitness results. So
Right.
And that's the reason I did the world record, because I wanted to prove to the world that I did 16,000 squats in 24 hours.
Wow.
16,000, 15,939. I rounded up, to prove the point. The next day I went jogging, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because it's therapy for the knees. If you do it right, it's going to heal the knees. It's going to strengthen the knees. If you do it wrong, then you're going to have some issues. So you have to learn how to do it right. Yeah.
Is that why you're always yelling at me when I'm doing squats? Form. Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize all the benefit on it. I started, like my gymnasts, they didn't like to do it. But now I have them do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah.
Because they're doing a lot of landings, so they need that. They need that control.
Right.
So, and then also, if you combine like you were saying, you combine the squat with other exercise, like you could do the squat and then do push-up. People don't realize they could lose weight that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They think, it's my leg, spot exercise, but
I'm going to go do some squats.
Go for it. Yeah, the average person is going to burn about a third of a calorie per squat, depending on your weight. I burn about 0.4. So for every 100 squats I do, it's about 40 calories, And, the thing is, it adds up. I use these little clickers, these, where is it? This is like a tally counter, right? Okay. And you can just let your mind go after you're warmed up. You just let your mind go and click away, and it gives you your number. And you could just accumulate it throughout the day. And so that's one of there's actually a book written on this called Sitting Kills, Moving Heals. And it's a 30-year study that went on that was funded by NASA, which is, taxpayers paid for this 30 years. And the scientist that was in charge of this, a doctor named Dr. Joan Vernikos, she basically concluded, because what they hired her for was to figure out how she can minimize the impact on the astronauts. So when they got off of the space shuttle or ship, so that they wouldn't, basically just be withered away, so that they could maintain their muscle mass while they're up in space. So that's what she was hired for. And the one thing that she concluded was that there is a magic force, not magic, that's the wrong word, I shouldn't say magic. There is a force that is always pushing down on us or pulling down on us. It's gravity, but it's the way to look at it is every time we stand up, there's an actual field that's stimulated in our bodies. So we release hormones by moving up against gravity, which you don't get from moving forward. So you don't get it from swimming, you don't get it from walking or jogging. You only get it from moving up against gravity. That's why gymnastics is wonderful. You're always moving up against, so you're getting that stimulation. But one most practical thing that she discovered and has immediate effects is if somebody gets up let's say if you're at a desk and you're sitting 8 hours a day, the thing is, how many times can you break that sedentary behavior? If you can stand up 30 times every hour, 20 to 30 times, stimulate hormones in the body that's going to transform your health. That alone,
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that as a fitness tip.
Right. You got to move and you got to breathe.
You got to move and you got to breathe. But what she discovered was you got to move up against gravity. That's the thing.
Right.
Gotta move up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in Tai Chi, that's one of the philosophy that we talk about. Opposites, going up, down, forward, backwards, right, left. You know, that those are the things that you know, like when you work in Tai Chi, that's what you're doing. You know, and of course the breath. Wow.
That was amazing. And I think that was a great way to go out. Andre, thank you so much for joining us again. And like I mentioned before, I will make sure I post all of your links with the information in this video. So you guys make sure you go to his website. If you want to join him online for a workout, if you want to join him on Wednesdays at 7, you'll be able to contact him directly. So you know how to do that. Thank you so much for joining us, Andre. We hope to see you soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Yeah, your first guest.
Yes.
All right.
Have a great night.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to do that for my old bones. Yes, Louise. What did he say? At least 30 times
yeah.
get up?
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Remember when we were doing the fitness tip, that's one of the things that we talked about.
To get off the couch.
Or sitting in the couch, getting up and coming down again. That's very important. That was a good interview. I'm glad that we were able to have him again and, you know, talk about a different subject. We talked more about training this time than
but it was great. It was great. So Daryl, I am a huge Toby Mac fan. Huge. I'm a huge DC Talk fan. So they're like.
Oh, you did that already.
Next to Need to Breathe. I don't know if you've heard of them, Daryl. Need to Breathe. Next to Need to Breathe, Toby Mac is like right underneath it. It's my second favorite Christian band. So.
Yeah. I hear it all the time when I get in your car.
Yeah, I have it cranked.
Do we have a CD by him or not?
Toby Mac?
Yeah.
A CD? What is it, 1995, Pedro?
What do you have?
Give me a break.
What do you have?
Digital download. I have it on my playlist. Come on. CDs. What is he talking about?
Yeah, CDs. She's trying to be all fancy. Well, listen, I'm working on finishing the movie that we want to submit to. I just have one more thing to put on it, and then we're going to submit it to the International Catskill
International Film Festival.
That's right. That's right. So
I know in Spanish you say it backwards. So
yes, I say everything backwards. I read backwards. You know, my Chinese is reading backwards.
Daryl posted a comment. You've seen him a couple times. I am jealous. I'm really jealous. Daryl posted a comment.
That travels a lot.
Oh, this one. You'll drive yourself nuts trying to understand American expressions.
I drive myself not trying to understand myself. Every once in a while, I go, whoop. Yeah.
Charles Brickhouse, are you still here? I wanted to ask him something if he was still on.
Yeah. Charles, are you still there? Calling Charles.
Yeah, it'll take him a second. It'll take him a second for his comment to pop up if he's still on. So I am extremely exhausted. So when we were away, we went up to Vestal. I took some Tylenol. Tylenol obviously doesn't agree with my stomach. So I was up at 3:00 in the morning on Sunday, and I went back to sleep for maybe like an hour-ish right before we had to. That's what I was talking about before, like an hour before we had to get up and get ready for competition. So I am still exhausted, feeling like it just kicked in when I got home, and I'm like, oh man, that's really catching up to me now. So I'm gonna need to get a lot of rest tonight.
Oh, stop taking.
Well, I didn't know the Tylenol was gonna have that effect. So be careful.
Well,
Pedro, a fat chance and a slim chance is the same thing.
What?
It's so funny. Yes, you're right. You're right. So
Oh,
if,
yeah,
if you guys notice, my husband didn't notice, but I noticed immediately. As soon as he walked out of the bedroom with his, he came in and changed his shirt, I realized that we had on the same color.
Same type.
The same color, both linen tops, you know, both got the
We do that a lot,
Asian
though.
feel. What's that?
You know,
Coordinate?
yeah.
You gotta
Sometimes
coordinate.
when we go to church, we're doing that. So yeah. So I sent Vince an invite last time. You know, we got to talk about analyze this.
Oh, okay.
And his martial art. He actually he trains a lot of the army,
Wow.
and he has and should I say a weapon that he developed.
Oh, that he developed. I was
Yeah.
gonna say you have a lot of weapons.
Okay, yeah, they're all over there.
They're all over the
place.
house, under the couch,
But yeah, I'm gonna
next to the bed,
I'm gonna try to get him on. I send him the message,
his fist.
yeah, to his DM. So with that, we are going to say good night
Yes.
because we still got to recuperate from the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you to the girls that competed this weekend. They did very well.
Great job, ladies.
You know, one thing I didn't get to talk about. I'm just going to run this through.
Okay.
How proud I am of the kids that competed. That even with the thing that we have now, like with COVID and things like that, two of our girls, two of them, only worked out one day before the meet because they had to be quarantined 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Now, we always have great expectation of our girls anyway, but you got it. Whatever you could do with 1 day of practice, would have been okay. But the fact that they came back with medals, and the youngest one came back with 4 medals. I thought it was 3. I miscounted.
I know. I saw the live video. That was
So it's like, oh, there's 4 medals in here.
That was cute. Yeah.
And it was the first time competing.
First competition.
She had 1 day of practice before the competition.
Crazy.
And it was amazing. These kids are amazing.
Yeah, they are. They're very.
And I'm so proud of
resilient.
them. And that's what I was going to open up with. But I was a little frazzled when I was coming home because I was running late. And but that's it. I want to thank the girls that competed.
And thank you, parents, for bringing them.
And thank you, parents. Without you bringing them to practice, they wouldn't be able to, even though.
And also because we hit a snowstorm on the way back.
On this, it never fails.
Always.
Binghamton.
Like Binghamton, give me a break already.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to say goodnight. I say goodnight and then didn't stop talking.
He does that often. That's why I have to reel him in. But I know he really wanted to say that.
I'm very quiet in real life.
And with that being said, peace, love,
and harmony.
And harmony.
That's right.
Have a good night, all.
Good night.